Hello, and welcome to the Creative Fighter podcast. Joined me, Lewis, you, and Micheal Chandler and Dan Hooker. We'll just play it straight away, and we'll start talking about it and breaking it down, because there's not a lot to look at. Chandler made it so that we can make a short video.
Look at the stance on the guy.
I know.
That is super aggressive, immediately out the door, look at him.
Yeah, he's ready. He said he knows one speed, foot on the gas, and he comes out immediately, full throttle.
Oh yeah.
He's not slowly changing up to gear 6.
Look at him, he's constantly on the offense.
He was at gear 6 as he entered the stadium and just ploughed straight into the octagon.
Dude's in overdrive.
Yeah. Let's talk about Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker, who normally he likes to feel out his opponent and
he's not getting that chance here.
And he also, he relies on his chin a lot to find out a lot of the patterns of the opposing fighter, and he breaks them down, and then he gets into a war like you see with Poirier. Yeah, you go a teep kick. He throws that teep kick because he's trying to get Chandler to back up, and Chandler just keeps coming, trying to throw the calf kicks.
He keeps trying to catch those calf kicks as well from the out the door. He's
but
already caught one.
If you notice, Chandler, he's moving so much, his foot is off of the ground so much. He's not as susceptible to those calf kicks as Conor was, as we saw in the main event.
Look at him.
This is bouncy. It was just beautiful aggression. He's like waiting. He's finding his distance. He's finding his range.
Those openings.
He's finding out how far away Hooker is and how close he needs to get to land those punches. If you notice, he's circling around with Hooker. In my opinion, he's waiting for Hooker's back. He's waiting for Hooker's back to get close enough to that octagon that he doesn't have anywhere to go, and then he's going to sprint forward. Again, he's just trying to pressure him back towards the cage. Notice how he used 3 hook feints and then threw the real hook. It's almost Tyron Woodley-esque. Old Tyron Woodley-esque, before Tyron Woodley, I almost said became a pussy. Became more tactical and more slow in his fight game. Look at him. He's just trying to back him towards the fence. And as soon as we see Hooker's back get close to the fence, he starts throwing shots.
Pushing him back
He threw the body shot there to try and find his range, see how close he was. He does that a lot. He's throwing the body shot towards Hooker, and it's lowering Hooker's wrist, and it's also, he's finding out how far away he is from Dan Hooker. So he's doing 2 things at once. He's finding his range, and he's getting Dan Hooker to drop his hands.
Guard, essentially, yeah.
All while he's like circling around, just getting Dan Hooker closer and closer and closer to that octagon. And Dan Hooker, he tried to get him away. He threw TPA kicks. Oh, I just skipped it forward, I think. Damn BT Sports, why is your shit so janky? Alright. So he's blocking him off from the cage. He's trying to get him as close to the cage as possible, throwing the body shot to find out how far away he is from him and get Dan Hooker to drop his hands. And as soon as Dan Hooker starts dropping those hands every time, puts more pressure on. Dan Hooker's trying to keep him away. He's thrown a couple of oblique kicks. He's throwing front kicks. He's throwing calf kicks out there, trying to get him to back off a little bit. And Chandler just does the same thing. He just keeps coming forward. Goes to the body, feints to the body, tries to get him to lower his hands.
Gone.
As soon as he gets close enough, he throws that hook up. And it was beautiful by Chandler. And then he does the backflip off at the fence.
Which we're not going to get to see because BT Sports is kind of sucky. Oh, here we go.
We should have watched this on YouTube. Whoa! Launches himself across the octagon. Beautiful performance from Chandler. A lot of people saying, no, Dan Hooker never showed up to that fight. If the Dan Hooker that fought Dustin Poirier showed up to that fight, Micheal Chandler would have been done. Micheal Chandler put the gas on him, put the aggression on him straight away, and it was all strategic. He was super aggressive onto Dan Hooker straight away, throwing shots to the body to find out how far away he was from Hooker, find his range, and then he was also trying to cut off the octagon, get Hooker to lower his hands by throwing the body shot. A lot of people use their jab to find the range. He deliberately used the body shot to find his range, to get Dan Hooker to drop his hands.
Find the opening for the face.
Because he's a beautiful wrestler as well, so Dan Hooker would have been worried about the wrestling, so he might think he's setting that up to go for the takedown. As soon as Dan Hooker's back gets close enough to the cage, he feints to the body, puts his hand out like that as if he's going to go for a takedown, and then
it comes from
swings a hook
up here.
Yeah,
it doesn't come from down here.
It's
or
like
around
out
here.
of the vision.
It's fucking over here.
Yeah, and it puts Hooker on his ass. He's got tremendous power. So
as we could see,
Poirier went 5 rounds.
He didn't just hit him and he dropped. He hit him and he launched him. Yeah. And if you watch the replay, Dan Hooker moves some distance after taking that hit.
Yeah. So he did a really, really good job. He came out foot on the gas, used perfect strategy, perfect game plan, and managed to put Hooker down with that one shot.
Oof.
I can't wait to show everyone I'm one of the best. Oh, that's Dan Hooker saying
Yeah.
he is one of the best. He's got some things to figure out. So yeah, he came out with a brilliant strategy, and he really put it on Hooker, and it shows just how powerful he is, because Hooker went 5 rounds with Poirier, who has really good power, as we saw in the Conor fight, and he just dropped him with one and done. You could maybe argue that Hooker's chin wasn't fully recovered from the Poirier fight, so he's more susceptible to being knocked out. But
that's neither here nor there, unfortunately.
Yeah. And then he comes out with this post-fight interview, Ric Flair style. Who said Ric Flair style? I can't remember. But comes out. He just comes out and puts on an absolute promo, giving Dana White a reason to smile, giving Dirty Dana a reason to smile here. I want to hear this.
Well, if anyone wondered as to whether or not you could hang with the best lightweights in the world, you certainly answered that question. And then so we've seen him in there with
full blue suit.
Felder. Weren't able to get him out of there. You get him out of there in round 1. We're going to take a look at the handiwork. And
let's get forward to his Ric Flair promo.
Keep it simple. What we're doing down in
You
South
say you didn't see this?
No.
Wait for it.
Does he give him up?
Woo! He may as well have. It was the only thing missing. I gotta get something off my chest.
This is the greatest moment in my professional life. Conor McGregor! Surprise, surprise!
Oh no.
There's a new king in the lightweight division! Dustin Poirier, your time is coming, and Khabib! If you ever
Doesn't stutter at all.
To grace us with your presence back here in the UFC octagon, in your quest for 30, you know you gotta beat somebody. So beat me if you can.
Ooh.
God bless. See you at the top.
Just calls out
the top.
Calls out the
Everybody.
top guys, the top guys
Everybody.
in the UFC. He had a thoroughly impressive fight and then a thoroughly impressive post-octagon interview. It's like Chael Sonnen says, you have 3 opportunities to get your name out there and to script your name into the UFC books. Your entrance, during the fight, and then your post-fight interview. That's when the fans are watching you, and then after that you're going. It doesn't matter what you tweet after the fight or whatever. Only the hardcores are going to see that. If you want to push yourself into the casual names, that's the way to do it. Really impressed with Chandler this weekend. I enjoy it. Some people don't like the whole fucking WWE call out kind of shit like that.
Why?
I get why they wouldn't like it, but it's just fun. It gets you hyped up.
Stirs up the pot, doesn't it? Adds some new, more interesting elements into it.
He's not being distasteful or disrespectful either. He's just being competitive.
He's
like
calling out his path. That's where he's going. That's what he wants.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next fight. We'll see how it goes. I would love for Khabib to come back and fight a few of these guys, but he's retired. He's gone. I don't think he's coming back at all.
That's it.
Anyway.
So we don't need to talk about Khabib anymore. It's
Yeah.
done.
I don't think we really have much to say there. I think Chandler should fight. I think he should probably fight Gaethje next. And then the winner of Gaethje Chandler gets a title shot, because Gaethje needs another fight before he fights for the title. You can't fight for the title, lose, and then immediately fight for the title in your next fight again, just because it's a different person.
Yeah.
I think you should have to fight again to win that, especially since Oliveira. Like, people forget what he just did to Tony.
Yeah.
He deserves a title fight.
Oliveira definitely deserves.
And what Dustin Poirier just did to Conor, they two should definitely fight for the title right now.
As a prime example, that's the title fight.
And then I think you should have Chandler versus Gaethje. I think that's a fight to make. And then Conor can go fight Nate or, someone else, I don't know.
Or Hooker at this point.
Or Hooker, yeah. Hooker or Nate, I think that's who Conor should fight if he plans to be competitive and fight for the title or whatever. Anyway, that's all we've got to say about the Chandler Hooker fight. Not a lot of a fight to break down and not a lot of a fight to talk about, but god damn was it impressive by Chandler.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really looking forward to that. So, with that being said, hopefully they make... You grabbed the right cloth. Hopefully they make... I would really love to see Chandler versus Gaethje.
That would be a good fight.
Yeah, I would love to break that one down. Right, it's been the Creative Fighter podcast. We'll catch you next time.